Hello everyone, welcome back to YK Reviews. For today's video, we're going to be reviewing and discussing the movie The Bullet Train. So let's get into it. So this will be the review. I'm going to be discussing the movie Bullet Train. This is going to be a non-spoiler review. If you haven't seen this movie, this is going to be the spoiler-free review of the movie itself. So don't worry about being spoiled anything during the video here. So for me, my thoughts overall, I would have to say I thoroughly enjoyed the movie itself. It was crazy but entertaining at the same time. The movie itself is about Brad Pitt's character, who is like an assassin who is turned into like this pacifist, peaceful person, having to like go retrieve a briefcase from a train which is filled with other assassins that he doesn't know about and who don't know about each other. And essentially this briefcase has got cash who everybody else is trying to like eventually take off him. So it leads into this crazy anarchy in the train itself. So for me I was very looking forward to this movie. When I read the concept and when I read the synopsis of the movie, I thought, okay, this is going to be one hell of an entertaining movie. And for me, it was. Brad Pitt's character, I thought, was entertaining. He was quirky. He was funny. Some of the quotes, because since he's a pacifist, he's giving other characters these inspirational, philosophical quotes. But the thing is that it was annoying because he was throwing out too much quotes at you. So that kind of like just got like a bit annoying towards the end of the movie, because he was just throwing so much out there during fight scenes, during like non-fight scenes. It was like just throwing a lot out there. But I thought his character itself, he was entertaining. He was very good, very funny. Some of the fight scenes that he was involved in was enjoyable, I would say. And so I definitely enjoyed Brad Pitt's character and like what he portrayed in the movie itself. And then you have two characters who were played by Aaron Taylor-Johnson and Brian Tyree Henry, Tangerine and Lemon. I feel like those two plus the Brad Pitt character were three of the best characters in the whole movie. Tangerine and Lemon being brothers and just their backstory and what they went through, like from beginning of the movie to the end of the movie, it was so fun to watch. They were entertaining as a dynamic duo. But I felt like, again, with like Brad Pitt's character with the quotes, and they kind of played out a lot with the Thomas the Tank Engine jokes. It was kind of like played out too much throughout the movie itself with Tangerine and Lemon. But other than that, the whole movie, they were entertaining. Like all their scenes between Tangerine, Lemon and Brad Pitt's character, the three of them, whether they're fighting each other or whether they're interacting with each other, that I found the most entertaining in the whole like movie itself. Those three characters are my standout three characters, and I wish there was like a spin-off movie with just them three doing like going around assassinating and doing all sorts of things, because they were so entertaining and funny together. I definitely enjoyed what they brought to the table, what they brought to the movie itself. And then you also have the section where you've got the father and the elderly, where the father, basically his son's in the hospital, so he's on the train because he finds out the person that pushed his son is on the train. And the female character, I forgot her name off the top of my head, but with her character, I thought her and the father the scenes, they were entertaining, but I just felt like they could have done more with them, because like the story and the storyline itself and like what they go throughout the movie, it just, not to give out too much away from their subplot and like what they did in the movie, but it just felt like I wish they could have done more, especially with the female character. Like I enjoyed like her story arc all together, but I just felt like it was kind of like up and down. Like, okay, like her character was strong, then it was felt a bit weak, and then it felt a bit strong. So it was kind of like there wasn't enough, I feel like, stronger scenes with her, and I could have explained a little bit better for like what she's doing and why she's doing it. It just kind of felt like it was just, you're somehow meant to believe that she's like this really skilled person and that can do what she did in the movie itself. So that's sort of like a negative, but I've really enjoyed like the father and the elderly, because once the elder got involved in the movie, it sort of like picked up and was entertaining, because the elder, you've probably seen him in a lot of movies, you get to see him using a samurai sword and like killing people with a samurai sword, so it was just so fun to watch. And then you have like a few different assassins also on the train, but like for example Bad Bunny's character, and there was a couple of other like assassins, but their scenes were just very short and just felt unnecessary, to be honest, because the movie itself, throughout the whole movie, you have every single character that gets introduced shows them a backstory. There was even at one point where a water bottle had a backstory, from it being from a vending machine and to eventually like what happened to it in the movie itself. So every little object, every little person had a backstory, but it just felt like them having the backstory of these small like characters, like the Bad Bunny character and these other couple of assassins, felt unnecessary because they were in the movie for like such a short period. And like if you're going to do a backstory, you kind of like wish they're in the movie more. So it just felt like they didn't need to be in the movie, to be honest with you. Like because a lot of my criticism as well is that the movie kind of like dragged on a bit too much. Like the movie was like very long, like you thought you got to the third act but it wasn't, and then there's more story afterwards where you thought the third act was. So I felt like if they cut out a couple of like backstory scenes, it might have picked up more and could have been a lot better. But at the end of the day, the movie was entertaining. Once you do get to the third act, once you get to like the final destination of the train, like when the train finally gets to the final stop, it just completely went off the rails. I'll be honest, turned into like this anime cartoon scene movie, and just went back crazy, I would say. Like I don't even know what was happening at certain points. The CGI felt very, very bad in that particular like final third act as well. It just, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing when I mean it went off the rails. It went off the rails, but it was like, for me, I enjoyed it. Like as crazy and stupid as the third act, like stupendous I would say as the third act was, a lot of people might not like what happened in the third act and like how they portrayed everything, but for me, like, I don't take this movie too serious. Like I enjoyed the movie and I felt like it was very fun to watch. Like you don't see these types of movies around, and I would honestly watch it again because I enjoyed it that much. So the third act of the movie, as crazy as it went, as off the rails, no pun intended, as it went, it was enjoyable to me. I was smiling, I was laughing at certain scenes. It was entertaining, and I can say that for most of the movie, like 90% of the movie, it was entertaining. Even some of the cameo scenes that they had, and I won't spoil, if you've seen the trailer you might have seen one of the cameos, but I'm not going to spoil the actual cameos, but the cameos actually had me laughing a lot. Like one particular cameo, it really cracked me up. But like the movie itself, like if you take it too serious, you might not enjoy it. Yes, like I said, some of the jokes like just felt overboard and like pushed too much, like the Thomas the Tank Engine and the philosophical quotes. But other than that, if you like action movies, if you just want to sit back and enjoy a movie itself, you'll thoroughly enjoy The Bullet Train. It really was a great movie. It really was an entertaining, you can't take it too serious, funny scenes, crazy scenes, good fight scenes too. So it was entertaining, and that's all I have to say for that. So if you haven't seen the movie, I honestly would recommend it because you will have a good time watching this movie. If you have seen this movie though, like let me know, did you hate it, did you love it, what are your thoughts about it? But please don't spoil it. If you are going to spoil it, give a spoiler warning as well in the comment section below. But that's my take, and again, I would recommend watching this movie. If it's still out in the cinema, I would watch it on the big screen. If not, definitely watch it at home because you will be entertained. I definitely think you will be. But again, this is my thoughts and my take. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell if you haven't already, and I really do appreciate the support. But this is YK Reviews. Thank you so much for watching, and peace.